I need another 4x4 in my life that's like a permanent feature. There's a spot on the driveway that's looking really sad. Good morning guys, welcome back to a brand new Lucy on Cars. I say morning, it's currently 7 in the morning. I'll explain why we're up so early in a minute, but today I wanted to do a video discussing my next car. I'm gonna straight away invite you guys to help me out in the comments and leave some thoughts below on what you think I should go for, because we'll run through some options in a second, but basically my brain is going crazy trying to figure out what to go for. But just very quickly, I wanna thank the sponsor of today's video, which is Conflict of Nations. So Conflict of Nations is a free online PvP strategy game. You can fight up to 128 other players in games that literally take weeks to complete. You can use many different units to build your army. I'm talking tanks, submarines, jets, forge alliances with other players and choose your own strategy. You can also link up and play with the same account on both mobile and PC. And if you click the link in today's video description, you can get an exclusive gift, which is 13,000 gold and 1 month of premium subscription for free. This offer is only available for 30 days, so if you want to go and check it out, feel free. But thanks again to Conflict of Nations for sponsoring this video. Now we're going to dive into this new car of mine. Firstly, a very quick recap. Yes? Pizza. Have you seen the time? It's 7 in the morning. So if you're wondering where I've been, no one probably is. No one probably even realised I hadn't uploaded for months. But I'm back, and I'm hopefully back to my regular weekly uploads going forwards, because we're back from our trip. We had a 6-week trip to the Philippines, had the best time ever, and that's why we're up so early. We've been up since like 4 AM. We're all super jet lagged. Our son's been waking up really early. We're still adjusting to the time, but very happy to be back and making videos for this channel again. I've got some really fun reviews lined up. I've had a few brands get in touch to send me some cars to try out, and that's coming very soon. And I've also got a couple more cars that I'm going to be reviewing this week.
I want some pizza, please.
Lucy said please. Have you finished the pizza I gave you? Oh, sorry, just going to grab some fuel at Tesco's quickly. My passenger princess next to me is going to fuel up for us. Yeah, you're going to wave at Daddy out the window. So yeah, we had the best time. We're now back, and
fuel button, please.
Yes. Although I plan to keep doing like these review videos for different cars, I also feel like I'm missing a car on my driveway. I need another 4x4 in my life that's like a permanent feature. There's a spot on the driveway that's looking really sad. We've obviously got the BMW, we've got the Lotus Elan. The Lotus is a 2-seater fun car. That's obviously not appropriate for families. Our son can't fit in it because there's only 2 seats, so we can't use it when we've got him with us, which is most of the time. Yeah, we're going to the beach today. And then obviously the BMW is great, but it's a faster, like sportier car. It's got less room inside, it's not comfortable. We can't offer people lifts in it because with the car seat in the back, you can't get 2 people in the back. Well, we can offer 1 person a lift, but that's it. With the BMW, it's a great car. It's super fun to drive. The handling is amazing, but it's not that 4x4 experience that we need. We love going on our countryside walks and getting muddy and chucking stuff in the boot. We like being able to offer people lifts, like more than 1 person a lift, and take family places, which we obviously can't do in this with the big car seat in the back. There's only space for 1 person behind, and it's just like not quite doing it for us. We've still got another, is it 2 years this December? How many years have we had it? I think it'll be 3 years this December. So we've got way over a year left, nearly 2 years. We're going to obviously keep it until then. Maybe we don't get another one like this again, we'll see, but we definitely do need to get another car for like all the other things that we need a car for. Even like tip runs, this is just useless. The boot's tiny in it really compared to our L322 that we had. That's what I need your help with today. We're going to have a big chat about that. We're going to unpack some options. There's lots of options out there. There was an L322 that I had my eye on, and it's sold now. So one of you guys got in touch and told me you were selling, and it was this beautiful, it was the green tan combo that I love. It was immaculate, but we didn't move quick enough and it sold. It was a 4.4 petrol, so it ticked a lot of boxes, but it was just before we went on this trip. We didn't have time to figure out the numbers, to get any checks done on it, to go. It was in Scotland as well. We didn't have time to drive up. It was literally the day before we were deciding. We nearly just said, let's just go for it, but then, I don't know, we didn't, and now it's sold. So we're currently mourning that. There is still quite a lot out there at the moment. I've had a lot of cars on the channel recently that I've borrowed for sort of longer periods, shorter periods, 1 day, a week. It's given me a taste of like what I'm looking for, but obviously it's different when it's not your own car. This is my own car, my own money. If things go wrong, I'm paying for it. So it's like a big decision to make. Budget wise, I'm thinking the sweet spot's between £5,000 and £10,000, but we could go a little over, but I'm inclined not to, just because I think you can get quite a lot for your money between 5 and 10, and just to keep costs a bit lower, so we've got a bit of cash left over for, I'm sure there'll be some repairs that need doing along the way, but that's the kind of ballpark figure we're looking at the moment. We've got a few in the running, a few in the little lineup for potential purchases. It may shock some of you to hear this, but some of them aren't Range Rovers. I might not buy a Range Rover. If it was like a full love purchase and a full passion purchase, without a doubt it would be. But realistically, I've got a 2-year-old that I'm often out with on my own, and I need a car that I can fully rely on. And I know I always say that I don't care about if it's unreliable and if it costs money and that it's worth it for the car. I do kind of still have that taking up most of my brain, but there's a tiny part of me now that's thinking, come on, like, be more practical, because I can't bear the thought of being out with him and it breaking down and we're in the middle of nowhere, and like, I don't know, it's not a nice thought. If it was just George and I wouldn't care. But obviously, I've got someone else to think about. But I don't know. So that's one thing, maybe not going for a Range Rover. It's still definitely in the running. Another L322, perhaps even pre-facelift, to try that out. I'd like to try a different engine to the L322 we had. We had a 3.6 TD V8. I really would quite like to try petrol. The one we borrowed for a while was a 4.4 litre, but that was still a diesel. There's some options out there for that. So definitely, Range Rover definitely like up there as an option, but it's not the only option. And of course, this is a car that I'm gonna have for a while. And I know in car YouTube world, that's probably 6 months. But when in the real world, that's gonna be like a good 7 years that you have a car for. So that part of me thinks, if you're gonna have it for a while, Lucy, get something you love. Don't get a car that you're like settling for, just go for it. Which is what the argument for the Range Rover would be. We've got a few options. We could go lower budget, higher budget. We could even finance something worth more. A couple of quick other options we're thinking, potentially Volvo XC90, BMW X5, but do I want 2 BMWs? Not really. Been really loving Joel's videos with the Porsche Cayenne, and it looks like a lot of fun, so that could also be an option. And the prices for those are incredible, and I've never owned a Porsche, so that could be fun. So there's basically a lot going around. You can see the kind of car I like, the age I like. We're gonna quickly go for a walk at the beach, head home, grab a coffee. I need some coffee. I feel like I'm literally like falling asleep. We're all over the place. We're all over the time zones right now. So yeah, we'll sit down, have a coffee, get on Auto Trader together and have a little look at what's out there. And reason number 3 that this is a big deal is because obviously this car is going to be on the channel for however long I own it for. We're going to make loads of videos on it. So alongside all the review videos, there's going to be like frequent videos with this car. So it's going to be featured in a ton of content. I'm going to be driving it all the time. So this car needs to tick a lot of boxes, and I need to love it and enjoy it and be excited about it. So that's why this is such a big deal today. And obviously I want the car to be something that you guys enjoy watching and enjoy watching content about. Okay, just got home. It's tipping it down and the weather has taken a turn, so I'm glad we got our walk in before. But I've come into our lounge, sat myself down. We've got Auto Trader open right here on the laptop, and we're gonna have a little look at what's out there at the moment. And as I said before, please get in the comments with some advice, suggestions, whatever you think, and help me spend this money, because I don't know where to spend this money right now. There's lots of options out there, but I just need some help narrowing it down. So if you're a driver of any of these cars I'm looking at, not the specific cars, but like the makes and models, and you could say, yes, I think you should do it, or no, I don't think you should, yeah, let me know in the comments. So I've started off with the filters of Land Rover, Range Rover, 5 to 10 grand, keeping it simple. There's an L405 here for 9 grand. That's a bit too cheap, isn't it? What's the mileage? 118,000. Why is that so cheap? It says please read advert on it. Let's have a look. Engine is noisy. Fair enough. Starts and drives, price to sell at a bargain price. That's crazy how cheap that is. 5+ owners. There's got to be something quite big wrong with that, surely. For an L405 to be going for 9 grand. That's unheard of. I didn't think that would be in my budget at all. Odd. I don't quite trust it. What do you think? Okay, let's have a little look down. So quite a few things out there. There's a 4.4 TDV8 Westminster for 7,495. It's not like the colours that I'd look for personally. I quite like the greens and the lighter colours, but it's got the tan interior. It's quite a nice looking car. I missed that tailgate. Why is the interior a bit so? It's got the like cream interiors with the black trim. It's quite nice. What mileage are we on? 154,000 miles, not bad. 2012 plate. 3 owners. Yeah, that one's got quite high mileage. Maybe that's a bit too high. But I don't know if it really matters with Range Rovers. You kind of just get the work done as you go with it. So wherever you buy it, it's gonna need some money spent on it. What do we have here? Another 3.6. I don't know if I want another 3.6 because I had that. Maybe it would be nice to go up a little bit. Okay, if it's my car, I want to focus in a bit. I think I want a petrol, which then narrows it into being not a 3.6. It's 4 litres and above, so that definitely helps. Let's have a look here. That seems very expensive. 2002, low mileage, but nearly 9 grand. There's a 4.4 V8 here. 2006, 110,000 miles, so not too bad for the age at all. Pre-facelift. In like a light silver colour with a black interior, that's okay. None of these are exciting me that much. None of them seem like perfect. Okay, let's move on to a different manufacturer for a second because nothing there is exciting me that much. Let's go on to Porsche and see what we've got. So I don't know loads about this. I know they did a turbo, that's that here, Turbo Tiptronic 4.8, 8495. That's a very good looking car. It's got the black wheels, which usually I wouldn't like black wheels, but it actually looks really great on this with the red brake calipers. It's a really nice shape, quad exhaust at the back, nice looking interior, pretty clean, looks like it's in quite a nice condition. But I don't know price-wise if that's a good price or not. Wow, it's 501 brake horsepower. That's crazy. 2007, 146,000 miles, okay. I'm kind of starting from scratch with these because I don't know enough about them really, so I'm not too sure what I'm comparing it to, but let's have another look down. Does anyone know why they say lady owner? Is it meant to be that it's driven more carefully? Because if that lady owner was me, then I cannot say that it's true for myself. I do quite like these, and it might be interesting to try out a totally different manufacturer because, I don't know, no service history, brilliant. I really would want to drive one first, before buying, but like before starting to really look into it and see if it's something I'd want to go for. But I've only heard good things. Now moving on to a car manufacturer that I never thought I'd be looking to purchase myself. It wasn't until I borrowed one, drove it for a while, made the second video on it, and I was reading all the comments and I realised how big of a community there is for these. And it kind of weirdly made me feel a bit like I want to be in that. And I don't know, like I know when I first spoke about Volvos, I was quite against them. But I don't know, I mean, to be honest with you, this would probably be more of George's choice of car. George likes these a lot. Maybe he's trying to convince me. I'm not fully convinced. There's maybe something about them. Sometimes you see quite a cool one going along. Is it exciting enough? Then I've never driven an XC90. I'm purely basing it on how it looks and how I feel about them. You can get 7-seaters. That's quite cool. So here we've got one 2006. So I think in my head I'm thinking if I can get a Range Rover for that money, why would I not get one? But then Volvos are way more reliable. And it would sort of tick the box of feeling a bit safer going out in it and thinking I'm not going to break down. So this one here is a 4.4 litre V8, so it's still like a really fun engine. It could be amazing. I could drive one and think, oh my goodness, this is for me. Yeah, 7-seater, which is very handy to have. The car garage is proud to present it as well, which always helps. 129,000 miles, automatic. I think I'd want an automatic realistically because I like a manual car when it's like a sporty fun car, but I think when it's a big 4x4 you kind of just want to not have to think about the gear changes and stuff. You just want to kind of be in it and just drive in it and enjoy that side of it. But I mean, there's something about it that I like, but I also am looking at it and thinking, oh my god, who's taking these photos? They're like horrendous. I'm not looking at it and thinking, wow, that's a stunning car, but it has got the lovely brown gear stick. Look at that. That's a gentlemanly car, isn't it? But this is what I can't get my head around because all the cars around this kind of time, they all have seemed to have ended up costing the same amount. They all have the same price tag on them. So here I am looking at a Volvo thinking, well, if I can get a Porsche for the same money, why would I opt for a Volvo? But then so many people do that it makes me think there's probably something in that. It could be amazing to drive like a V8. Like the Volvo I drove was a 2.4 litre engine. This is a 4.4 litre. It's a V8, like it could be really exciting and it could feel amazing to drive. Having not driven one, it's hard to say, but I mean, if anyone's got an XC90, can you comment below and tell me why you've got that instead of a Porsche? Genuine question, and I'm not trying to sound like an arsehole here, but I know the servicing and maintenance costs of Porsche will be a lot higher, but like, is that the only reason? Is there another reason why these are so popular? Someone's got to tell me, there's got to be another reason. Another one we could look at is like an Audi potentially, but do I want an Audi? Maybe Q7, which are quite nice looking cars, but then what age can we get for this price? Of course, the same. I swear to God, every single car from 2007 is now worth 6 grand. Like, I promise you, every single car from 2006 to 2008 it's going to be 6 or 7 grand. I don't know why, but it is. They're all the same. So yeah, we're looking again here. Oh, because I've got price low to high, that's why. So we're looking here at, I mean, to me, they look kind of like they've got quite a bad body kit on them, but they don't. You know when someone puts like a really sporty body kit on a car that maybe doesn't suit it? It kind of looks like that to me because there's just so much going on the front. The bumper's a bit much for me. It feels a bit like it's halfway between a 4x4 and like an estate. It's kind of some like weird combination, and it's not quite 4x4 looking enough for me. So I don't think I want an Audi, which is good to know. Now, about 100 people on every video, I don't even get 100 comments, but I get a lot of comments on this channel telling me to buy a Toyota Land Cruiser. There's one available. There's only one available. It's 7 grand, obviously. It's from the year I was born, 1996. Why is that so expensive? It's an imported vehicle. Can someone tell me why that's so expensive? Have they gone back up in value? There's a Homer Simpson stuck onto the dashboard. Wow. Looking lovely underneath. Okay, I think we're going to quickly move on from this one before we get any deeper in there. And then let's very quickly just look at a BMW X5. I'm not particularly inclined to go for one because we've got a BMW at the moment. I used to work there. Maybe I'm a bit BMW'd out, but they're actually quite a lot more expensive out of all the ones we're looking at. So there's one here, 2004, that's up for 10 grand. Wow, 36,000 miles, that's why. Super low mileage, one owner. So one here, that's a lot cheaper, way cheaper. So for 6 grand, we've got an X5 3 litre SISE, an X5 3 litre SE Auto here, 95,000 miles, 2007. It doesn't do anything for me because it kind of just reminds me of my old job, which I left. So I don't think I'd go for a BMW 4x4 because I've got a BMW and I don't think I want another one. So that was very good to get an inside look at the kind of things we're looking at. And I kind of filmed me going through that so that you can see what I like and don't like and where I'm going. If you fancy sending me some links to any cars you come across, then feel free to follow my Instagram page. I'll leave it here and you can send me a DM and just send me a link. Kind of wish I'd gone for that L322 in Scotland. Do kind of regret that in a way, but things are meant to be. There's a reason I didn't buy it, hopefully. I've seen that High Peak Autos has got his L322 up for sale as well. He just put it on his Instagram earlier. And I've just sent him a message asking how much he's asking for it. I know he's put a lot of effort and money into that car, so that could be a very good one. The Giovanni green one. So I'll let you know if that ever comes to anything. And of course, if you're like selling a car as well, that's one of these or something that you think I might like, send me an email, hello@lucyoncars.com. I hope you enjoyed watching this random little video today. I hope when I edit this back, I don't think, wow, you should have waited another few days before filming. You look and sound half asleep. So I will be more energetic on the next video, I promise, once I've woken up a bit. But thanks so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you're new down below. Lots more fun videos, reviews, car-related things coming very soon. We've just had confirmation that we're going to Festival of Speed again this year, so let me know in the comments if you're going to be there and what day you're going. And if you want me to do a vlog of that day again, happy to. I think we're going for 2 days actually. I think we might be doing the Friday and the Saturday. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon in the next Lucy on Cars. Where's the music? Oh, there it is. And another huge thanks to Conflict of Nations for sponsoring today's video. If you guys wanted to go and check it out, feel free to click the link below to get your 13,000 gold and the 1 month of premium subscription for free. It's only available for 30 days, so make sure you check it out now.